Calabria. Wow. Ciao, che sì, Gigio Donnarumma.
Ciao a tutti e benvenuti RosonARI. This is your boy Ari and you're watching RosonARI TV. Milanisti, this just in. Olivier Giroud has agreed terms with AC Milan. There's an agreement in principle for a 2-year contract, although the deal will be defined on paper after the Champions League final. It's going to be a free transfer and the agreement with his entourage is probably going to be looking like something like a 2-year contract with 4 million a year. Our sporting director Masara was particularly keen on this transfer because he likes this player at Chelsea. And quite frankly, I like him too. Yes, he's old, but he's also the top scorer in the Champions League for a side who's in the Champions League final right now. So he's clearly clutch, but he's only clutch with another strong striker in Milan. We can't have Olivier Giroud as the only striker to depend on. Now this guy's reliable, he's a good fit for Pioli's Milan as well as the Serie A system in general. And he's undoubtedly a proven goal scorer who's going to bring in experience to the squad. And we all know experience matters in the Champions League. But I'd only fully back this decision up if and only if another striker is signed at AC Milan this summer. We cannot be holding on to a 34, 35-year-old Giroud and a 40-year-old Zlatan Ibrahimovic if we're going to make it deep into the Champions League, and I want to make it deep into the Champions League. I like going deep, Milanisti. Ibra's still the main man. Giroud's gonna add a lot of firepower, but we still need a reliable young striker. I cannot for the life of me trust Rafael Leao in that sole striker position. Let's see how this deal closes up after the Champions League final, and let's see what more the summer is going to bring to us. Remember, Milanisti, we're only 2 days into the summer and the transfer market hasn't even started. But unfortunately, this is not the main news I come here to discuss. I come bearing bad news, Milanisti. Bad for some, good for others. But Gigio Donnarumma is no longer going to continue his reign with Associazione Calcio Milano. Donna, I told you to ask me for money. What more do you need, Donna? Come on. All my money is for you. My watch, I'll give you my watch, Donnarumma. Come on. I offered everything to you. You greedy little... Gigio, a prodigy, a 100 million euro goalkeeper, is going to leave us on a free transfer after Maldini confirmed today, saying the goalkeeper will decide his next club very soon. Donnarumma could have won a plethora of trophies at AC Milan, and he could have ended his career higher than Buffon ended it as an Italian legend goalkeeper. But greed at the end of the day outweighed all other factors, Milanisti. And now it is Donnarumma. Signore e signori, in my humble opinion, I don't really blame Gigio Donnarumma for this. I blame Mino Raiola, who corrupted a young boy's mind and disillusioned him by showing him an astronomical sum of money that Milan just wasn't ready to pay up. He wanted 10 million a year for a 2-year contract without a termination clause. And on top of that, he wanted 20 million euros as commission for his fat belly, to which the club just said we cannot afford to give out 40 million right now for Donnarumma, regardless of how big a wonder kid he is. From what I've heard, Maldini, after being frustrated by Raiola, took the direct route of contacting Donnarumma himself, to which Donnarumma replied, "I do not talk without my agent." And Raiola right after that called Maldini saying, "I'm the only one you need to deal with." So Milan decided to establish a stronghold in terms of their culture and rebelled against the slavery of player agents, specifically fat ones. Raiola thought his bait was perfect. The club was surely going to take his offer after making the Champions League. But to his chagrin, the club, at the end of the day, in my opinion, made the right decision. Milan will, over the course of 5 years, save 50 million euros with the Donnarumma Maignan swap, or however you say that name. I can already see how that 50 million can be used. Secure il Presidente Frank the Tank, secure Davide Calabria, and buy out for the 28 million euros Oluwa Fikayomi Oluwa Damilola Tomori. Put some respect on that name. If you really take apart this situation, I think what Maldini did is going to benefit the future of the club, not just the finances right now. Yes, we let go of a world-class prodigy, But Paolo Maldini has set a precedent that the club is bigger than any individual player and it will not be held for ransom against any big paydays. All that said, Milanisti, all the Donnarummas aside, let's pay a little bit of respect to Gigio Donnarumma. He spent 8 years in Milan, 6 in the first team, was introduced as a kid, as a 16-year-old kid to the first team, has 251 senior appearances and 88 clean sheets. And let's not forget that him, Bonaventura, Romagnoli, these were the only guys who stuck with us on a world-class level during our banter era, or at least a level better than the banter era players. Thank you, Gigio, grazie, and now you and Antonio Donnarumma can all the way to Turin or wherever the hell you want to go to. We move on, Milanisti, we move on with our heads held high, not with a salty wound because we're not in the Europa League anymore. We are in the champions! Milan's let Donnarumma go, but we've immediately signed the champion of France and a French national who can talk to Theo Hernandez and, give him a croissant every now and then. Maignan is coming for a 13 million euro transfer fee, again saving 50 million euros on Donnarumma in the course of 5 years. I couldn't be happier about it. The guy looks great, he looks positive. He was caught wearing a Milan hoodie all the way back in 2015. You cannot write this better, Milanisti. Let's be positive and let's go. We at RosonARI TV are going to bring you all the transfer news and updates for the summer. For now, ciao tutti e forza Milan!